This is a crisis creation. This is a crisis creation. I will that it is a great morning, a wonderful afternoon, or peaceful evening, whatever time it is. Thank you for tuning in to Thought Processes 365 podcast. I am King Malik, aka Soldier One, here with the intention to use this podcast as a platform to provide solid illustrations and proof that what you think truly creates and directs your life's experiences. I clearly understand and I am willing to contribute whatever knowledge I've acquired from the experience that I have had personally that have truly opened and forced my mind to go into warp speed to continue to learn the process of growth that's required for all of us to become the kings and queens, the champions, the great human and spiritually successful beings that we truly are, and that we should really always continue to strive to be. The thoughts and perceptions that I am sharing are intended to be positive affirmation confirmation statements of powerful and positive energy from the creative greatness of source energy through me and all that appear here. I am beyond grateful that you're here. Now, let's get it. This is a crisis creation. There are a lot of things that come with being the elder in your family, being the head of household. And as you learn and as you thrive, if you're thriving to be a better human being and you're from the inside out, like on some spiritual level type understanding, you'll start to see things that that have been hindering your life, or if you're getting perceptions of what is the way to be successful in life spiritually first and add everything else physically in, you start to realize the things that, that hindered you in life. And as I look at things, I realize, wow, it's important to have the right type of people around you that will understand or respect your vision of things as you grow, especially if you're the oldest and you're growing faster than everyone else, based upon whatever. It doesn't have anything to do with, putting anyone down or anything, but, as you get older and you're seeking a better you're going to see things clearer faster, because maybe it's because of the time you have left, because it's limited. And now because of your consciousness being awakened, you want to, make sure that you get everything you can get in this lifetime. Like I am, I'm wanting everything to be peaceful in a balanced place so that I can spiritually assist my children to the next level, so that when I transcend or make my transition, they will understand what to do and how to be here on a much higher level spiritually, understanding that we're energy beings and, our clarity is via our thoughts. Our thoughts are what's controlling our destiny. And I just want to make sure that I'm doing and being the right influence. But in the process of that, as we grow, we come into certain circumstances that, make us have to deal with our mates, our children, our situation in a whole different way than what was when you realize that things have to change in order to be better. I'm realizing that everybody's not going to like you. Most of the time, people are not going to like you when you make the change and they're, not ready to or seeing what you see. But as an elder and as, elder to my situation and just seeing, how I see things and me constantly having my chakra, my system open to be able to receive and lower my gaze. And if I did or am doing something that is hindering, I want to get that out the way. I want to get it out the way, but sometimes your situation doesn't allow you to do it as fast as you wish because of them continuously doing what they do. And if you understand the alliance between the people that you associate with in your success, who you choose to be a part of your energy as you rise to your success, if you have the wrong energy field, it can easily hinder you without you having a clue, because all you're doing is putting in love. You're thinking that, this is just the way it is, and it's not. You can, this specific small things. The universe don't know when you're joking and playing. So when you're making statements and stuff and, just saying all kind of different stuff and just being a certain way, laughing and joking, the universe, if it's awkward to balance, the universe is going to give you what you putting out, and it's going to give you the awkwardness to balance that you putting out. And you're not realizing it because you're playing, you're joking, you just in conversation. It's a habit. I'm finished with habits. Like, habits don't do anything, bad habits don't do anything but continually get you the bad situation that you're attempting to get out of. And so as I've grown, and as I'm growing constantly, I just realize that, nobody's has to like what you do or what you say, but just do you. Make sure if you're focusing on the right path and you're focusing on a higher you and a better you spiritually, and your relationship is intact with the Creator, forget what everybody else is talking about, because if you're wanting to be an influence or assistance to someone else, you have to be solid yourself. And they're not going to like how you have to go about it sometimes. And, just facts of the matter, it doesn't matter. The facts of the matter, it doesn't matter what they like. And if they're going to like it, it's if you're going to do it and if you really want to be successful. I want to be successful. I've decided I must do it. If anybody in my circle or on my team does not agree or like that, my love doesn't change. I just have to allow them to be. And in that sense, basically keep it from hindering me by allowing them to be, and getting an understanding of it doesn't matter what anybody thinks or feels. As long as you keep doing you, you'll get the result of what you're doing. And sometimes you have to really, really put them out of the context of your mind, like just for certain processes, just to be able to get them through. Because if you don't, they'll hinder your success in a different way, and not intentionally, because I'm sure the people that love you don't intend to hinder you, especially when they're depending on you. But people's habits and people's ways that they're not addressing immediately, that are imbalanced, and even with misunderstanding, the universe still works in a certain way. It's not going to change or be a different way because you don't understand it. It's going to continuously deal you what you're putting out. And as we understand, the clarity is everywhere. It's so many people, basically explaining and giving you clear examples that it's not about no religion. It's not about none of that. What it's about is your relationship with you and understanding who you are, because if you really look in the mirror, you'll find out that the God that you're praying to, the God that you're thinking that is in the sky, is basically in you and is giving you, hand to hand, direction on what to do. It's just that we're not in tune with that because of everything outside giving us, intent, or giving us a view of something different, so that you won't tap into what and who you are. Go to the mirror, realize that you are the source that created everything. You're the source you're connected to the same Creator that's in the Bible, that's in the Holy Quran, that's in the Torah, that's in all of that. The same God, the only God that exists. It is one with you. You are one with that God. You are one with that creation. So instead of looking to pray up, look to pray in. If you pray, meditate to connect. It's a different process of life now. The scriptures really do respectfully are very helpful in history and in times of need, in times of understanding. You can get an understanding out of that, but the concept behind the overall situation is not necessary for you to, follow a script. The script is what you believe. You could choose your own words to believe, and I guarantee you're going to get what you believe, even if you got a cult of people that believe differently. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. You're going to get the result of what you want, as long as you don't allow them or their beliefs to, hinder your understanding of things. It's really the way we see it. What is what we put out. It's like we are the creators. We are connected to the one Creator, and it's nothing different than that. So, in all due respect, I've studied, I've been, really, I consider myself a sincere believer in several belief systems, just to find out that they all, they want the same thing, but they all have, observations of others that hinder them from really, respecting totally that it is one Creator. Because if you got to put out that the only way you can get to God is through your way, or the way that you see it, or the book that you read, then, that whole concept is numb anyway. It doesn't even exist like that anymore. Ask these children, ask some youth that have not seen or had anything to do with that, who are realizing that everything that happened for them was because of them, especially after they realized that nobody's going to do anything for them, and they had to think for themselves, and they had to get out here and be on their own. See, I'm from the field, so it's like I deal with those type, and that's the type I was. So I understood. I got the opportunity to get out of. I'm born in Detroit, Michigan, raised in Detroit, Michigan. I lived in Alabama in my teenage years. I was not raised there. I was raised in a different place. So I had an understanding that was different, that the South has, people that are raised in the South, respectfully, a lot of people, that were raised just in this Southern area. It's like they've been taught a different way. And it's really, really embedded that way. And unless you leave the South, unless you go to a different space in the world, and even in the States, you'll see that it's a little different, and the feeling and the concepts are different, but people are getting different results. And not to say anybody's belief system or religion is wrong, because it's a right for everyone. If you choose that, whatever you choose is right for you, you are correct in your choosing. I have no judgment upon that, because I have been a devout, all of it, like what I believed in, what I studied, what I committed myself to. I was committed to it. Now I'm committed to God. Now I'm committed to me. I understand that all of that came as a result of me basically having an understanding, that it came from inside of me, because the first thing I ever saw was my mom praying to God. We went in that church. I didn't see, respectfully, it was not Jesus I heard her praying to. It was God. So the first part of my life, it was when she moved down south and got involved in churches, when the concept came, and it was like embedded and pressed on, but that's a whole different thing. It gave me a clarity of what is and what is not to me. I got a clear understanding of, the one God rather than it being, and I understand now the concept of the three, like the divine divinity, the Trinity divinity. I understand that now, but it's not, it still is one with you, and the Holy Spirit is one with God. So they're one in the same. So it's just one in you and God. You and God. The spirit that is within is the God being that, the God spirit that is really the one that protects. So I just have my own perception, respectfully, no pressing on anyone, just my own experiences. And me being the age I am, I'm 50 years old, so I can say what I want to say about how I see things. And I've had enough experiences to prove them. So it doesn't matter what anybody has to say or how anybody feels about it, respectfully, because it is what it is. And I don't have no negative energy to apply to anybody that sees it differently. So be it. Like, you can see whatever you want to see. I know what I've gone through, and I know what is going on now, and I know what is, from my in eternity. I understand what this is, respectfully. And I don't have any intention on, pressing anyone, like I said, but just understand what you think is what you get, and this being in my place and being in understanding and seeing things the way I'm seeing things, the way they're coming to me, the way they're clear to me. I'm just understanding why, if I have not gotten to where I'm supposed to get to right now, I can see clearly why. And I'm not going to, continue to just look at things that hinder me. I'm only going to look at things that assist me. When I see something that hinders me, I am going to erase it. I am erasing everything that hinders me, because I have no desire to be hindered. I have no desire to be held up, because I have so much responsibility and my influence is great amongst mine. And I'm grateful for the position that God has put me in and has given me this. And I'm not going to squander it by being concerned about somebody else's feelings or thoughts, like, for real. So in that, I'm just here to share my belief, my respect. It's not necessarily my belief. It's my knowing. I know that I am source energy. I know that I am one with God. I know that I am, an infinite creator. I understand that I am connected to, artificial intelligence that is, that is beyond, thought, beyond, the realm of really physical understanding, because it becomes spiritual and it goes into a whole different consciousness level. So my believing is past believing. It's my knowing. I know that I am. So be it.